I got 50% off this brand new Tesla, and you guys can do it too. I save thousands of dollars not just on the car with secret discounts, but also on charging, on insurance, and all the other little add-ons you don't think about, and the things that just kind of go into owning and driving a Tesla. And in this video, I'm breaking down every single secret I know, even some of the ones I've kept to myself for a while. I'm going to share everything I know in this video so you guys can save the most amount of money, and I'll break down the real-world numbers, my own numbers, so you can get a great picture and a clear picture of the full ownership experience. Now, before we even go to the Tesla website, start looking at the cars and the deals and the savings there, the first thing you've got to consider, and really one of the biggest areas you can save, is your whole home charging solution. And whether you go Tesla or Rivian or any other EV, really the best investment you can make these days is getting some sort of charging solution installed in your garage or driveway or wherever you decide to charge your vehicle. And this can be a huge trap on where some not so nice people, let's just put it that way, will gouge you because they think that because you have a Tesla, you somehow have unlimited money. So my top recommendation to you would be to either put a NEMA 1450 outlet in your garage or carport or wherever. That's going to be a higher amperage way to charge your car quickly, or you can go a hardwired route and install either Tesla's wall connector or another unit in, again, your home, garage, wherever it is. Though I will tell you this one tip, the best piece of advice I've ever read from the internet when it comes to this is to not tell the installer ahead of time when you're looking for a quote what kind of car you have. Don't tell them it's a Tesla, because in certain markets, and really it's kind of been this general scummy thing, installers could, and I have seen will, charge you more money, a premium, just for owning a Tesla, because again, they think you're somehow made of money. So just say you're charging an EV, don't say which car you're charging, because it really doesn't matter to them. And I know that the price of an electrical install varies on where you are in the world, your panel, there's a lot of factors in it, but I'll give you my numbers so you can sort of see what it's been for me. When I lived in Southern California, and I got a hardwired EV charger installed the direct opposite wall of my electrical panel, I paid $450 for that one install. When I moved to Pennsylvania, I got lucky and things were way cheaper. To install a NEMA 1450 outlet in my garage, all in, way further away from the panel, yada, 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 cost me $200. And to do the same thing, I added a second charger, which was a Tesla wall connector, hardwired into my electrical system. That cost me $250. Of course, again, your mileage is going to vary here on where you are in the world, but just don't tell people what car it is, because it's none of their business. It doesn't really matter for the charger's sake. And then also, in terms of that charger, please do remember that if you're going to go with a Model 3 or a Cybertruck, the car does not come with a charger, at least in the US. Tesla is now including a charger with the X, the S, or the Y. And then also, like, I get the question in terms of, do I need to go with a Tesla charger or something else? You don't need to go with a Tesla charger. There really is no big benefit. You get some extra controls in the app and it looks nicer, but there's really no difference. Now, when it comes to actually buying the car, things here have changed a lot in the last couple of weeks. There is a lot here to consider and a lot of ways you can save money. Of course, Tesla doesn't blatantly advertise the discounts, so you might be overpaying for a car you could have saved thousands of dollars on. And again, I'll share with you every single secret I know. And while I love showing you guys how to save big money on your entire Tesla purchase, vehicle, charging, install, all that stuff, I think, I know, easier said than done, but a lot of us would rather just make more money, which honestly has never been easier than it is right now in 2025, thanks to the explosive growth of AI. You can use AI tools and your AI know-how to start up a side business and start making money that way, or leverage that AI know-how and climb up the ladder at your jobs. But if you don't know, don't worry, I'm here to help and connect you with the team over at Outskill, because they have got a great solution here to turn you from AI rookie to AI pro in just a weekend. Outskill is the world's first AI-focused education platform, and this weekend, you can learn from the pros during their AI Mastermind. You're going to learn from experts who have built and shipped over 100 AI products, all with zero code and working revenue models of $3,000 to $4,000. And while attending this mastermind would normally cost $895 as sort of an investment to learn this stuff, you guys don't have to pay anything. I'm actually teaming up with the folks at Outskill to give away 1,000 seats to you guys exclusively for free over the next 72 hours. That basically makes this my biggest giveaway ever at $900,000 worth of value. I'm giving away to you guys totally for free. By attending this, you're getting free lifetime access to Outskill's exclusive paid AI community, and you will learn the ins and outs of all of this. Things like prompt engineering, you're gonna learn about all these different AI resources and tools, and also how you can build up these services without any code. You can let the AI do all the hard work for you. Plus, again, if you guys go through my special link, you're gonna get exclusive bonuses worth over $5,000. Just go through my special link right down below. First 1,000 of you guys over the next 72 hours, you can get your seat confirmed. It's also a great WhatsApp community if you want to get connected with others, sort of stay in the loop on what's going on. It's great opportunity. Check it out this weekend and sign up right now for free. Link right down below. So the first thing I'll tell you before you do anything else is to not go to Tesla.com to order your car, but to actually go through anyone's referral link, because you get free stuff just for going through that link. Sometimes it's a cash discount. Right now, it's 3 months of free full self-driving. I think for the S or the X, it's like $250. It all depends on the time of year, but just go through a referral link. It costs you nothing and just gives you free things. But also a little pro tip here is that once you go to someone's referral link, do not go to the Order Now button. Skip the Order Now button on any of these, no matter which one you go to. You instead want to click on Explore Inventory, because going through inventory and not the custom configurator is going to also afford you way more savings, way more deals, and again, you still get those referral discounts. Unless otherwise noted, all of the vehicles here are brand new in Tesla's inventory and ready to go. And one of the nice things about inventory vehicles is they typically will deliver faster, and in some cases, like you'll see right here, they actually come with a price reduction. So this was a demo vehicle. It's got 2,000 miles on it, so it's got some light wear and tear, but you're also saving $1,300 just by going with that. Same for this demo vehicle, marked down $690. Demo vehicle pricing and discounts and inventory discounts, they're going to vary again based by where you are, time of year, all those things. But sometimes Tesla just offers instant discounts off of brand new 0-mile cars just by going with one that's ready to go and built instead of going through the custom order process. There's also a sneaky little discount that no one on the Tesla website knows about or talks about, and Tesla employees will not tell you, but you can use this to your advantage. I just used this on my Model Y a couple of weeks ago, and it's called the options discount or the options credit. What this will allow you to do is get a free Tesla option upgrade that could be in the form of a paint color upgrade, interior color upgrade, or wheels or things like that. For example, on my last Model Y, it was near the end of the quarter, and I put in an order, and the vehicle was like 4 to 6 weeks out. It was taking way too long. So I went in the inventory, and I saw my exact same spec car, but this configuration on the inventory had white seats and not black seats like I ordered. Now, secretly, I wanted the white seats, but I didn't want to pay like the $1,000 to get it. So I messaged my Tesla advisor, which you get when you place an order, and said, hey, I've got my order here. It's taken a while. I see this one in inventory. It's coming to my direction. Can I switch to that and get an options credit, which means can I get that for free? And they said, sure. Took about 20 seconds. And then I was matched to that VIN. I got the car way sooner, and I got white seats totally for free. It's called the options credit. Definitely try this to your advantage. I've heard of it working almost always, and it saves you thousands of bucks. And then, of course, don't forget, Tesla has a Heroes discount here in the US that'll give you $1,000 off a 3YSX or Cybertruck if you're a student, a teacher, a first responder, or someone or a spouse of someone who was or is actively in the military. So that's $1,000 off for many of you watching just by going through a special page on Tesla's website. You can stack this with other discounts as well. Just Google the term Tesla Heroes discount. I don't know the exact URL technically. It's tesla.com/American-Heroes, I believe. But just Google it and go to the page and get your $1,000 for free. Now, Tesla's website does a pretty good job going over title, taxes, fees, all that stuff once you account for the discounts. But something else that many of us always wonder about is insurance. This is one of the big wild cards. You never know how much is insurance going to cost you. And again, this is one of those things where I will give you my numbers and be transparent and try to give you as much info about my policies as I can. But this, of course, is going to depend on your age, where you are in the world, your driving record, so on and so forth, bundles, discounts. I'll tell you that through my insurance provider, I won't share the name just because I'm a little wary of that, but I'll tell you everything else. I have my homeowner's insurance in there, and I've got 3 Teslas insured on the same policy, low mileage policy, good driver policy, all that stuff. It's a Model Y. it's a Model X, and it's also a Cybertruck. And the price I pay for each of these is actually very interesting. And my policy actually just updated because I swapped out my Model 3 for the Model Y lease, so now everything kind of got reconfigured. And here's what I pay, and it's actually very interesting here. So for my Model X, my 2023 Model X Plaid, I pay $166 a month. For my Cybertruck, I pay $165 a month. And for my brand new 2026 Model Y, I pay $161 a month. So between all those Teslas, there's only a couple of dollars difference between a Y and a Cybertruck and an X. I know that some people have way better quotes than this. Some people have way worse. But for me, in Pennsylvania, USA, with, again, I don't drive a lot, and with, a middle tier policy, I don't know what the deductible is, but just kind of broad strokes here, that's what I'm paying, $160-ish, roughly, for each of my Teslas. And while Tesla is fairly transparent with their pricing on their website, something they could be better about that they're not super transparent about right now is some of the additional subscription offerings you might have to pay in order to use your Tesla. Now, some of these are good and some of these are bad. Tesla recently opened up a number of warranty packages that owners can take advantage of. So wheel protection, windshield glass replacement protection, extended warranties for a subscription offering. These are actually pretty reasonably priced and pretty good. Eligibility kind of just depends on the vehicle. So if you want to check out those details, I'll try to put a link down below, or you can Google for some of the new policies, but those do exist and those are great. But the flip side of that is one of the biggest complaints I hear from so many is the little sneaky charge of premium connectivity. Because if you didn't know, while Teslas are like iPads on wheels and the computer is great, if you want to utilize satellite maps, music streaming, Tesla Theater, all that stuff, you've got to pay $10 a month, or if you do it at a year, you get a discount, $100 a year, in order to subscribe to what Tesla calls their premium connectivity, which is basically the car's data package. Now, you can still use the car without it, and you could still use the app and all that stuff, but your experience is pretty limited if you don't opt for the premium connectivity. So just keep in mind, you got to budget $100 a year or $10 a month for premium connectivity with your car. Tesla gives you a month for free, so you get the car and you enjoy it and everything's great. And then I hear from so many who say, what happened? I got my car and a month later everything shut off. It's because your trial expired. So just keep in mind that is one of those little hidden costs associated with the Tesla. And the only other one I will mention is FSD. Not because it is a must-have, but because as of filming, Tesla doesn't advertise on the website at all that you can subscribe to this and not pay $8,000 for it. So if you go on the website, you think, oh, it's $8,000. I got to get it or I don't. It's like a 1 or 0 thing. It's binary. I've got to choose. No. Honestly, the subscription is just way better for a number of reasons, but just so you know, Full Self-Driving is a subscription for $100 a month. You don't have to do it. You can do it at any time. You can cancel at any time. But if you do want to have Full Self-Driving, just remember 2 things. Doesn't come standard with the car, unless you're buying a high-end Tesla with the Lux package. And also, don't waste your money buying it outright. Spend $100 a month. It's the exact same thing. And then, of course, one of the other big factors you're going to want to look into, obviously, when you switch to an EV, is going to be your charging costs. Because one of the big draws of an EV, of course, is not having to go to the gas station. You're not paying gas prices. You can charge at home. Now, of course, like I said in the beginning, the best investment you can make is getting that charging unit installed. That is the most upfront cash you'll probably have to make, because once you get that installed, you're kind of good for the foreseeable future. You could swap out the hardware and the amperage is still going to be good to go. But the charging costs, of course, again, it's another one of those wild cards that will kind of depend on where you are, electric company, so on and so forth. But I do have a couple of tips I will share. And again, I'll show you my real numbers. In many parts of the world, and when I lived in Southern California, there are different electric plans that were, some were for EV owners, some were not. There were on-peak, off-peak hours. One of the best money-saving tips I can give you is to set your car to charge on off-peak hours. It'll actually save you some money versus on-peak because the rates are different. But again, you kind of have to know if your plan supports that. But I'll tell you specifically here in Pennsylvania, I'm paying a roughly 8 cents per kilowatt hour for my energy usage. And what that means is based off my charging. I kind of charge sporadically, but I'll just show you my real world charging. For the last year, for my Cybertruck, I spent $300 on charging for the entire year. Again, I don't drive all that much, but for the entire year, I spent $300. Granted, I actually just got that in December, so maybe that's, what are we at? Not, or almost at a year, but so far since I've had that vehicle, I've spent $300. And then for my Model Y, which I've had for years now, I spent a total of $250 to charge that at home. So I think it's like $25 a month, $30 a month. Again, your mileage is going to vary here, literally based on your driving and your electricity rate and stuff like that. There are some online calculators where you can run the numbers for yourself. I also should say the Tesla, if you just plug in the utility company you have in their app, you can actually get a nice breakdown and see what it is as well. But again, my little cheat codes here are to contact your electric company and see if they have an EV owner's plan, because when I was in California, a couple of mine did. Also, charge your car at off-peak hours, not on-peak. You can set that up in the Tesla app or in the car. And then, again, just kind of, keep tabs on it and see what your rate's going to be. There's some things that are in your control, out of your control, but generally speaking, for everybody I've talked to, charging at home is still way cheaper than going to the gas station, and those are the numbers I can share. So what is that, $500 for charging my EVs? Can't complain about that. Way cheaper than gas. And for those of you who stuck around to the end-ish part of the video, this is where I've got some secret discounts here that nobody knows about. All those people that bailed in the beginning, sayonara to them, because I've got better deals for you guys, so thanks for watching. Couple of things here you guys need to know. Number one is that if you're looking for a really, really, really low-cost Tesla right now, Tesla just introduced a $0 down, like $200 a month lease special they've got, where they're basically leasing their pre-owned Teslas out in California, Texas, and probably more markets to come. Now, I just did a whole video on this. There's some good reasons to do this, bad reasons. I'll leave that linked down below if you want to watch that video. But long story short, if you're just looking to save the most amount of money possible and you're looking for a comfortable car to get you from point A to point B, it's a great way to go. You can get in like a 2021, 2022, 2023 Tesla and save a bunch of money. So to find those on their website, actually what I'll do is, let me pull this up real quick because I'll show you, because they don't advertise this anywhere. What you want to do is go to Tesla's website. You want to go to vehicles, you want to go to inventory, and you want to go to pre-owned. And then the best way I can show you this right now is if I put in a California zip code. So right now I'm in a PA zip code. I'm going to go to a California zip code, bump that in, and then I'm going to go to all deliverables. And then you can start to see some of these really good leases. So here's a 2021 pre-owned vehicle, and it's a Model Y. It's got 80,000 miles on it. But still, hey, in the EV world, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Excuse me, and I'm looking at $0 down on that lease. And I'm looking at $0 down, 24 months, 10,000 miles. So again, this is special for pre-owned vehicles in certain markets. And if you're okay with a pre-owned vehicle and you're okay with a 2-year lease, $0 down, $250 a month is an excellent way to go. So definitely be sure to look into that if you want to really save on your next Tesla purchase. If you're an existing Tesla owner, don't forget that you can actually go to the loyalty tab of your Tesla app and you can get loyalty benefits if you go to buy a Tesla. So you can stack these with other things, but Tesla will actually give you a cash discount up to $1,000 off. I think it's $500 for a 3 or a Y, $1,000 for SX or Cybertruck off your car just by being an original existing Tesla owner. So if you own a Tesla right now, be sure to go within the app and go to the loyalty tab so you can claim those benefits and keep everything sort of on your account. And then obviously one of the best ways to save, which I know is easier said than done, but I'll explain myself a little bit here, is with Tesla referral credits. This has been the best way that I have saved money on my Teslas. On my Model Y, I think I did $4,000 or $5,000. I can't remember. I'll have to go back and look. But I did like something like that. But my best one was for the Cybertruck. I put down $15,000 of what was considered cash, but it was just Tesla referral credits that I had accumulated on my account. Now, I know there's a lot of variables to this. Tesla sometimes will give you more money for a referral. Sometimes they'll give you less. Sometimes they do like $2,000, sometimes like $500. It really just depends on the time of year. But if you accumulate enough of them, you can use them as a cash discount for your next lease or purchase. Works either way. And I know the biggest criticism I'm going to get on this, and I'll address it right now, is, well, that all sounds great, but you have to be a Tesla influencer to get those referrals. And I'll tell you, you actually don't need to be an influencer to get those. Now, yeah, if you make videos on YouTube and people click your link, that does give you, if you go with the 10 cap, you get up to 10 referrals per calendar year. But I'll tell you that I've seen plenty of people who don't do a lick of social media work get plenty of referrals just by doing a couple of simple things. They're active on Facebook. There are a number of Tesla Facebook groups for some people who aren't on YouTube who want to learn things, and that's a wonderful way to go to help people and give them your referral link. And also, the best success stories I have heard have been people who have been sort of unofficial Tesla employees in the stores or the service centers or like in the mall kiosks, because when people go there, a lot of people think you have to go to a Tesla store to order, and if you do, and or if they do and you're there and you're helping them, there's nothing wrong and nothing against any policy by them going through your referral link if they choose to do that. So I've heard some people going like on a busy weekend to the Tesla store, hanging out, answering questions, trying to help out when they can. And then if someone orders, they give them their referral link and they do it on the spot or they do it at home. So again, you don't have to be like some social media like guru or anything. If you just put a little legwork in, you can easily get those 10 referrals, which could give you a couple of $1,000s up to tens of thousands of dollars off, depending on how Tesla weighs their referral program. I think right now Tesla was giving $250 per referral. That's $2,500. But sometimes when they're very desperate, they'll give you like $1,000 per referral, and that's as a Tesla credit that you can use towards merchandise or your delivery. So just again, keep in mind that that referral system is great and available to all owners. You don't have to be on YouTube to get 10 referrals a year. So those are the best ways I have saved on my Tesla ownership experience. That's what insurance cost me. That's my charging costs. I've gone over in detail my Model Y finance costs. And if you want to check out that video, it was a couple of weeks ago. I'll put a link down below, but I broke down all the numbers, my down payment, money factor, lease, title, tax, blah, 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 blah. I think I'm paying $440 or $480 per month for that, but I've got all those info there, info in that video. But I really do want to be an open book, and hopefully this video could be a great resource for you guys to help you save on your Tesla, not just on the actual purchase, but on charging and accessories and subscriptions and things like that. Hopefully this could be a very helpful way for you guys to save and win on your next Tesla. Appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much. I'm Robert Rosenfeld, and I'll see ya in the next one.